This scripture really resonates with me, and I carry this near and dear to my heart because a lot of times we think about what should we eat, what should we drink, what should we be clothed with, what are we going to do, especially in the times that we're in now. How am I going to pay my bills? If I lose my job, what am I going to do? That's our human mind. The spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. We have to have that blind, unchecked faith in God. We have to trust that God will and God can deliver us from ourselves, deliver us from our situation, deliver us out of our dangerous, treacherous situation, deliver us from the jail cells, deliver us from that cancer, deliver us from that abusive relationship, deliver us from the loss of an income, the loss of job, deliver us from whatever addiction. We have to believe that God will and that He's able to deliver us through those things. But sometimes it is our unbelief that stops us from being able to get those blessings. So we have to remember that whenever God needs you, He will provide the transportation for you to get there. God does not need your assistance. He doesn't. God don't need nobody's assistance. You have to have faith in God. You have to trust in God. Not just say it because I was saying it, but I was not believing it in my mind, believing it in my heart, believing it in my body and soul. I was not believing it because I know that God can deliver me, but I just did not think that He would deliver me. It was not that I ever doubt that He had the ability to. I just thought that I was so far deep into my situation that God was not hearing me. God could not hear my cries. And I even prayed that prayer. Like I was yelling at God saying, why are you not hearing me? Have I moved so far from you that now you don't hear my prayer? You're not hearing me pray. I was angry with God for not hearing me, but it wasn't that He was not hearing me, is that I was not believing in God, that God would deliver me, that God would fix that situation that I was in, that I got myself in, by the way. God didn't drop me into that situation. I didn't just wake up and was there. It took some time for me to get to that point. I'm still coming back because again, that made the bad relationship that I have with food to this day to where now I'm overweight. And I'm still coming back from that struggle. I have to work extra hard to make sure that I stay healthy. I have to cut out certain foods to make sure that I'm not diabetic, to make sure that I don't have any heart conditions. So now I have to work a little bit extra because now, yes, I do have the weight that is burdening me, but I also have to change my mindset with that food, my relationship with food, because there was those years of me just not being able to have that food and then food being my fixer once I was able to get out of that situation. So in those 2 years of me having a food crisis, me being food poor, then you're talking about 7 years of having a bad relationship after that with food and only realizing to break that relationship with the food. So even though it only took me 2 years to build that habit, it took me 7 years to make a bad habit to now be food insecure. And to where I'm at the grocery store buying food, not because I don't have food in the house, it's because I'm afraid that what if something happens that I don't have any food in the house, because I have that trauma of not having any food in the house. And I feel like I need to have food in the house so that I don't go without. I never want to see a bare cabinet again. I have to get rid of that PTSD with that food trauma. Again, God is delivering me from that as well, because I used to be a snacker, just snacking all day, not really eating anything with any real sustenance, but having that relationship with food. Now I'm able to quiet that food noise because I'm turning up God. I'm able to turn down all of these other bad habits because I am seeking God's face instead of seeking God's favor.